The gas exchange express lane is busy 24/7, a high-capacity crime lane full of moving oxygen tanks and CO2 molecule bombs. The facilitator is on the far top left, a terrorist tree with a huge trunk full of CO2 red and black molecule bombs. This troublemaker has a bunch of oxygen bomb tanks already lined up to throw onto the track. Luckily, a diverse cast of counter-terrorists line the way, ready to thwart the resident evil. The feds have set up a barricade, and the lane is split into two by giant ravioli and two bomb-diffusing caterpillars at its junction. These FBI caterpillars use olive oil to diffuse oxygen and CO2 bombs. The blue path on the left of the junction has a blue arrow and a plumber, and the red path right of the junction has a giant vine and a plumber opening a drain. Let's take a closer look and see how this threat plays out. The criminal mastermind terrorist tree is using its eco-friendly cover to circulate deadly oxygen tank bombs along the gas exchange line. He is aided by one of the evil henchmen, a hemogoblin who tosses carbon dioxide molecule bombs into the gas exchange lane. The gas express lane is split into two paths at the giant ravioli, where the feds put up the pasta barricade. Two bomb-diffusing caterpillars are still working hard at its junction to undo the work of the terrorists. For all their royal standing, the pharaoh lynx cats are useless in the threat situation, even though they are first on the scene. One just stands around looking confused. The other pharaoh lynx cat just eats a giant Oreo as he carelessly watches the bombs whiz by. Larry Bird, the basketball-playing lynx named for the famous baller, is much better in a crisis. He uses his famous cover to sneak directions to the oxygen tanks and lead them back to the terrorist tree. Star Trek's own Dr. Spock helps out Larry Bird Lynx, directing the oxygen tanks back to the terrorist tree with his mind. A big broccoli got is frustrated to be caught in the crime scene. He can't be expected to grow under these conditions, he complains. But the small broccoli, his leafy little son, is excited. To him, the chaos is way better than watching a crime drama on television. All the broccoli boys can do is watch the split where the giant ravioli sits and hold their breath as the two bomb-diffusing caterpillars work frantically. The caterpillars use olive oil to diffuse the oxygen and CO2 bombs. It's an unusual tactic, but it seems to be working. The clock is ticking for the counter-terrorists as the bad guys redouble their efforts. The blue path on left of the junction has a blue arrow directing the hemogoblin where to throw his CO2 bombs. A plumber oversees the work and keeps the hemogoblin going. But good will triumph, even on this crime highway. The path right of the junction is red with a giant vine. This is the road used by the Good Goblin, a spy and infiltrator, to send some oxygen bombs of his own into the heart of the system. He hopes his efforts will energize the good guys to rid the lane of criminal waste. Better yet, the good guys have a plumber of their own to oversee the vine drain and get the O2 back to the sea.